Sunday morning, and every Sunday, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden gives us great advice for do-it-yourself home improvements. Today, he talks about getting the most from your Christmas tree.
You know, this is the biggest weekend to go out and buy an artificial tree. And you go to the store and the model is just absolutely beautiful because they had a decorator shape it. And then you get it home and it may look like this. And the first thing everybody wants to do is they put it together just like this and then they start working on it. Well, that would be what we would call a mistake. The way you want to shape a tree is by the section. So you pop the top off. Most of them are 7.5 foot trees in 3 or 4 sections. So you would take a section, put it on a table, the stand is there, put one section out there, leave yourself enough time, maybe some soft music, maybe the kids could go somewhere, because this is all about making your tree look like the one in the store. So you start with the way you start with a tree is you start with the fill in the back. So the fill, we usually go one up. Try to hold this up so you can see it here. Over, up. But you have to touch every piece of fill. Then on the better trees, then this is the PE tip. Then you shape the tip out, and certain trees are done differently. This is kind of a little starburst tree here like that. Then if they have wings, that's the other thing we'll find with trees like this. Better trees have wings. See the wing? The wing comes out. We find that people shape like this and don't realize that there's a wing there. So the wing comes out. But then you shape this section, then you bring up the next one and the next one, then you stack the tree and make your final adjustments. You will get a much better looking tree if you're standing upright and working on a small amount rather than looking at a 7.5 foot tree. All right, maybe you already have a tree. And we know from the National Marriage Council that the #2 cause of marriage strife is Christmas tree lights. Okay, I totally made that up. But it might be because lights, what we call standard light sets. Now you can get trees with better light sets, and I would spend the extra money and get them. But standard light sets, because really what they fail, it's called cascade failure. They fail because you don't change the burnout bulbs. Burnout bulbs are a real problem. If you don't change the burnout bulbs, what happens is you get cascade light failure. One goes out, then more voltage goes to 49, then 48, and then pretty soon they get brighter and then they pop. So you get a light keeper gun, which might be better than marriage counseling. So for about 20, 30 bucks, I think they're 20 bucks. So you pull one out, and this kind of repairs, it does a couple things. But the first thing you do is you pop it. All right, see how that came back on? What that did is refuse the shunt. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So once it refuses the shunt, then you put the bulb back in, and you will see that that will come back on. Now I go and I find out where are the burnout bulbs, because if I don't change the burnout bulbs, the same thing's going to happen again. So if that doesn't work, then it's got a tracing tool on it, and then you follow it around. So right there, I've got power right here. So between here and here on this particular set, there's a bad shunt. All right. So now, just because this is a magical marriage-saving tool, you still have to read the instructions and learn how to use it. But take your time, have plenty of time to shape it and fix the lights, and you'll be married for a long, long time.
Gotta love those little tidbits Pat Sullivan throws our way. Today could be, though, a good day if you're buying a real tree to go out to the farm and pick one out, chop it down with your family.
Right.
Today might be a good opportunity.